Okay, well, yeah, yeah. A lot of times, we're scared to touch on certain topics, because we might know we need help in that topic, right? Like, I'll say mental illness. A lot of us are scared to touch on mental illness because we know we have issues, and if we touch on the topic, then we're gonna have to address it. We're gonna have to address the topic. The more we think about it, so a lot of times we try not to even think about mental illness, racism, certain things we sweep under the rug because we don't want to deal with it. And a lot of times, at the time, we don't know this, right? We're just acting like everything is cool. Some people say they don't see color, and I can understand how you handle the whole situation, but you have to see it. You have to see it in order to deal with it. I remember me and brother Quasi was speaking about this, and he was saying, yeah, you have. Some people say I don't see color, right? To even say you don't see color, you do see color. You're just trying to fool yourself or trick yourself that you don't see color, but you need to respect it, see it, and then deal with it. But if we don't see color, we can't deal with it. We won't deal with it. I don't see racism. There's no racism in the world, whatever, then we're not going to address it. We're not going to address it. And then I can see maybe certain parts of the world there's not, but I think there's always going to be a little corn somewhere. But maybe certain places it's not as bad as other places. You know what I mean? But yeah. But yeah, we was just talking about that in the group. Certain topics that's kind of tough to deal with, right? And those are the topics that we want to deal with, right? Why do we want to keep dealing with the topic? That's just like some people, right? We only study information that we already know, right? And why is that, right? Are we scared to elevate ourselves? We're scared to read something that we don't know. Are we going to feel dumb, right? Or do we just want to constantly read things that we already know because we want to sound deep in conversations and everything? So we're going to keep studying this. But in life, how you push yourself is practicing exercises in life that you're not really that good at, right? I don't know how to play baseball, right? I should take up I should do some baseball. I should play some baseball. I should go. I was thinking about going to what's that? The for Dick's. I was about to go to Dick's and get some some equipment and stuff. And this is how you get better at things in life, not by just studying the same things over and over. This is why a lot of times, when I'm going to buy my books, I look for like kind of authors that I read it a little bit first, and if it's kind of difficult or something, that's the book I want to get. Right, not all the time because I don't want to cripple myself. I don't want to discourage myself, but I want a little test in life. We should all want to test, right? Now, don't get it confused with if you've been trying something and you've been doing something for a long time, right? Say you've been doing something for many, many years and it hasn't worked, right? I can understand you wanting to stay in there. Just like a relationship, you put so much time and energy into it that you don't want to just drop it. I can understand that, but it makes sense if something is not working for you, man, and you're putting all your time and your effort in, and you're not getting anything back, then you have to switch it up. A good brain is going to switch it up, man, because if you're doing this thing, right, a hobby or something, and and sometimes we can displace our activities and stuff like that. Now, if you're doing this all day and you're neglecting other stuff, other areas in your life, excuse me, other areas in your life, and you're not receiving anything from this project that you're doing, then it's time to switch it up. You have to rotate it. You're not getting any money. I mean, you backed up in rent. You have to switch it up, and that's how you're going to get smarter, and that's how you're going to get better at things, not by doing the same thing over and over and you're not getting anything from it. And now you're like, I didn't put 10 years into this. I'm not letting it go. Come on, man. That's like a silly immature mind, right? If something's not working, you have to switch it up. That's just like in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and it's not working, you have to let it go. I could understand you've been with this person for 10 years, you might have 2 children by him, whatever the case may be. But if it's not working, you have to let that person go and free yourself. You understand what I mean? So I can understand, man. I was watching a YouTuber, and I understand, man. It's this particular YouTube put in a lot of work, some great episodes, and stuff, right? But one thing that I noticed with a lot of YouTubers is that they're trying to make the fans, the quote unquote supporters, happy, and totally neglecting themselves, right? Their everyday life, not cleaning their house. I mean, some people are not eating. Some people are getting on here talking about their stress, having to be rushed to the hospital. I mean, come on, man. If YouTube or anything in life really is pushing you to that point, you need to let it go or drop it for a while. You know what I'm saying? If something makes you happy and you're kind of confused going back and forth, I wouldn't tell you to totally let it go, but you have to maybe distance yourself a little bit, or don't do it as much, right? You wing yourself off it a little bit, right? If you're going on YouTube every single day, right, and you're trying to make the people who's watching you, you're trying to make them happy. You're trying to give them topics that's going to get in the algorithm, and it's burning you out slowly because you're not even giving yourself enough time to research these topics, right? I see people get on there and they're talking as they go, but giving the impression as if they know what's going on, and then they're getting these weirdos in their chat, and then now they're arguing. So we got to learn how to structure our audience better, right? Know your audience. A lot of these people are not your audience, right? Me and the brother Quasi, we joke, right? My daughter, one time I used to be on this particular set on YouTube, right? My daughter used to say, "Daddy, these people are not listening to what you're saying." And me, I guess it was my ego. I was like, "No, they listen. They listen. Well, I'm gonna get them to listen." And you know what? It's sometimes it's good to take suggestions or whatever from other people. I'm not saying they're always good for us or always healthy, but just if you can like hear it out and kind of vision it, it makes all the sense in the world, right? Because we're a collaboration. Some people feel like they're just it. They're the source when we are all piece of the source. And yeah, but me and Quiet, we joke about that. But the thing about it is we're trying to make our audience so happy that we're draining ourselves, we're burning ourselves out, and we're neglecting ourselves. How many times we see even famous YouTubers crash out because now we look at some of the supporters as family and vice versa, but really we don't know the person. We don't know the person. They could be a good person and all. They donate to us, they comment under the comment section, but to think that your family with this person, person is family with you, then and you don't even know this person, never really had a conversation with this person, then we're taking it too far sometimes. And we're social beings, right? So sometimes that can be the handicap. Some people are just not as social with themselves as they are with others, right? How can you talk to someone else? How can you love someone else if you don't even have these conversations with yourself? If you're so antisocial with yourself, how can you be social with anyone else, right? And if you are trying to be social with others, it's going to come off very fragile, very fickle, very shallow. So, brothers and sisters, it's nothing wrong with seeking help, man. You got Google out here, you got the AI, right? And I like some of the AI. I don't trust it all because I didn't ask AI some questions and they got it wrong. You know what I mean? So go into yourself, do all of these things, all of these techniques, meditate, eat good, do all of these things because it's going to get you to a place where you're going to feel good about yourself, you're going to feel good about others. And when that happens, the competition diminishes. It just Poofs. It's no more competition. You're not trying to impress anyone anymore. You're just doing. You're just doing the work. You're just doing the good work for yourself, your family, right? And others. You're just doing it. It's no more competition. And when the competition goes away, you don't feel threatened anymore. You don't feel slowed down. You don't feel sluggish. You can just go, right? Less distraction. But we have to get there first. Mentally, we have to get there. Physically, we're there. A lot of us, man, with diesel, we're cut up. We exercise every day, but we don't exercise our minds every day. I mean, you can read a chapter, a chapter out of a book a day, a page a day. Sometimes I just read a page a day, right? It's just one page I just study for a whole week, right? It's training your mind, right? We said mental reset. A lot of us need a mental reset, and it's true. We get a physical reset. We look good, right? We go in the gym and we transform our bodies and everything. And a lot of times we're doing it to impress people. We're doing it to get a woman. We're doing it so she can say, "Oh man, look at your muscles." But then that's we're jerking ourselves because she don't even get to know our minds. She's so distracted by our bodies. She don't even get to know our minds, man. Now, what if you had both, man? What if you had a strong mind? What if you was an intelligent dude with a nice body, nice physique? And a lot of times when a person does have a nice physique, it does say a lot about them. It says the person takes care of themselves, they care about themselves. But just a nice physique is not always it, because you can just work out and just chisel it up and look good, but it's nobody in the driver's seat. The brain is the driver's seat. Nice car, but the person in the driver's seat don't know how to drive, man. So I want y'all to think about it. If anybody want to take the class, hit me up, take the class. It's not that much. And otherwise I just keep dropping these videos. And if you want me to talk about anything in particular, you have a question or concern or anything, leave it in the chat. Peace and love. See y'all later.